Good night, you all. I hope you are having a good night. I just wanted to come and discuss with y'all the live that I just left over at Passa's. And, I want y'all to know that this, I'm in that spirit on YouTube to just have a ton of fun. So you just won't know what to expect when it comes to me nowadays, especially with all of the careless flagging and striking. I just want to enjoy somebody's panel. So you're going to see a very much better controlled row. And you may also see a row that's out of whack. Now, I want to tell you right now, Brian went way too far when he sat there and he talked about a Latin. I don't play with a Latin. Okay? I was about to grab him up so quick. Y'all won't gonna see no pride. You were gonna see the black flag of pride. Say a Latin's name again, Ninja. But yeah, I am really in that spirit of just trying to bring entertainment to my platform and others as well, you guys, because with the fighting is so dangerous these days. So I just want to be that person that's just gonna bring fun. Yeah, some days I will be maybe a little out of pocket, a little too serious, but for the most part, I just want to bring an entertainment aspect. Ham bone, I got a good mic. Thank you. I appreciate that, ham bone. Yes, that audio is clear. So yes, I did want to come though, and you may consider this to be a little messy. I did want to come and talk about relationships, being that we were in the process of this, seeing one. One was on display in front of our faces when I was on the panel tonight, and that is the relationship of Castro as well as Tommy. And I want to say, on some level, me and Brian, we also have a relationship too. Um, whether it's a distant relationship, friendship, or you know, him cussing me out. But yeah, so for the most part, I gotta say, I do hope. I mean, it may not happen, but I like to see gay relationships prosper. I actually know two gay males that, well, one gay male who I used to have relationships with, he actually got married. He did. He got married, and another guy too that I had relations with. I guess yeah. He got married too. So I know men that have gotten married. Um, counterpart, their partner being another man, and it lasted for some years. I do know sometimes though, certain relationships surrounded around the gay community dealing with men, and like drugs may be involved. I've heard that a lot. We've heard that from content creators up here, like Timothy Blaine. He told you about a relationship that was filled with drugs. So I can say I don't feel that Castro and Tommy. I don't feel like their relationship is heavily based on like drugs. I think more maybe drinking, but they may can make something happen. Oh, hello. You said Coffin City. You said I'm free from school. Oh no, I hope you're not a kid. Coffin City, you can't be in here if you just got out of school. Yeah, because I know school is almost over. You got to get up out of here. So yeah, this is Gay Pride Month. So just be prepared, y'all. I will be doing a lot more fun. Okay, over here. Some people may call it messy. My guy Molly, he would be like, "Bro, you just being messy." Well, it just may be that way to some. But y'all, so with Tommy and Castro, the fighting has. I would hope that the fighting would stop, but it's just good to see two gay men in 2025 that are in somewhat of a relationship. I feel myself, that's something that's going to be a lot of strength for me to take in to really interact with another gay male or, a counterpart, and just try to gain their trust. On top of that, build a relationship. It's going to be something that's going to be spontaneous for me. I feel like at this point in my life, it's going to be like something out of pocket, something that just may pop up and happen, because it takes quite a bit for you just to go out there and trust somebody, especially when you have built a structure for yourself, surrounding your life. And then you have somebody that, I'm not going to say intrudes, but, inserts himself in your life. That's something that you have to, think about, and you have to take charge of, and you have to find control around it. And the image and relationship that Tommy and Castro portray, I gotta say that I understand, Tommy may be trying to make money on YouTube, but hopefully it's not stressing out the relationship. I'm quite sure it's a lot that they talk about outside of YouTube that we don't know. And it could involve with them making a quick coin by saying, "Hey, let's try this play out today." People call it a play, and they see what becomes of it. But if you look at that though, is it worth your relationship? I don't think it is. If you built something with someone, I say try to keep it, because you got people out here that are single that wish they were with somebody, or wish they, yeah, that they had somebody they could come home to. Miss Darlings, what's up, boo? Taylor made. Hey, y'all. Y'all, I'm just giving a little pride talk. Yeah, so that is something that I do hope Tommy and Castro consider. I know tonight, they were just about having fun tonight. Like if y'all go over the passes, you'll see it was nothing but fun. Like they, because you could tell, people, two people drunk, there's only so much you're gonna get out of them. That's serious. Yeah, they may be telling the truth about a certain certain people, but if they drunk like that, they just carrying on having fun. Um, I haven't not been really surfacing around what uh has been going on, with Tommy and Castro, because I remember they had broken up. The last time I really dabbled into them, they had broken up. But I think since then they have gotten back together. You could tell by the night because they were embraced tonight. So that's why I just yelled out marriage. But I don't get married unless it's genuine, and you can kind of at least deplete some of the fighting, because it's too many gay relationships out here, whether it's man on man or woman on woman, where it's a lot of abuse that happens, and it's abuse is not worth staying with somebody. So I don't want that to happen, but I do want them to have fun. you know um Actually, I wouldn't mind. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I wouldn't mind me. I may be overstepping by saying it. Me, Castro, Tommy, and Brian, we could all meet up at Disney World, because I want to take a trip to Disney World. I want to become an avid Disney World um what's the word, patron. Yeah, I want to start going to Disney World more, because I really love Disney World, and I wouldn't mind going to Disney World with all them. I think it could be a couples retreat towards Tommy and Castro. I think it's time for them to have a couples retreat, and then me and Brian, we'll just be there. But what? See that? Oh no! See, the thing about that though, I won't want Tommy and Brian to start fighting. I don't know if they can control themselves. Um, But I think they may could. But yeah, I would love to go to Disney World. I don't know if they've been, but I think that would be a good meetup spot. What's up? Yes, baby. A good old Road Rambles Pride Edition. Thank you, Miss Darlings. What's going on, Lorenzo? Lorenzo, is that Lorenzo boy? Hey. Oh, you said Brian might get triggered and beat Mickey Mouse ears. Oh Lord, not Mickey Mouse boo. Oh my God, not you, not Vicky, Miss Darlings. Why would you do that this night? Yeah, see, that's the only thing. Like, I don't. But then I think he said he will be willing to meet up. So that means that he's going to behave. But yeah, that's the spot that I would want us all to meet is Disney World. Um, yeah, so I guess maybe we'll see about that because I do I want to go to Disney World soon. So that might happen. You know, and then because I think it's time for them. They need to have face to face, a couples retreat. But I don't know. I don't know their financial situation and things like that. But just a couple of days in Disney World, I don't think that would hurt nobody. So I don't know. Maybe they'll be for it. But yeah, y'all. What else? Oh yeah, but yeah, that live, and then y'all know the stuff with Brian. I guess he just want me to be quiet. But I feel like if you put a video out here, yes, be prepared to talk about it. um, I think he does have quite a bit going on though, when it comes to things that his career and things that he wants to do in life. I feel like ever since Brian got out the hospital, he has just been on this. It gotta happen now, and see, I understand that. Like this right here is, I think that sometimes when people are in the hospital and their life, quote unquote, flashes before their eyes, or something is told to them, or I think a lot of times they will go into that bucket list type thing. Y'all heard of that before, right? Where you start wanting to just do things and jump into things. And this is just, my exertion on it. I shouldn't say that, not exertion. The my opinion. That's it. It may not be true, but I do feel like ever since then, it's been different career paths, different things have been happening that seems like he wants to kind of jump into. I want him to be successful, though I do. Um, if he feels like truck driving is something he would want to take up, I would say do it. But Brian to do things like get back into smoking, and it doesn't seem like he's serious because he wouldn't be smoking like that. He's smoking like a trim, like a chimney, without the smoke just coming up. He just been really carrying with that. But he seemed to have been very serious with the tractor trailer stuff. But since then Brian has been smoking again. Hey Tori 91. What's up, boo? And he says he wants to get back into it because he really Brian was really pissed off. He cussed me out for saying, I think you're jumping the gun when you say you want to do truck driving. And he was so angry at me. So I was like, okay, let me just be quiet. Maybe I was wrong. But as y'all can see, I wasn't. Look at him smoking the way he is. And if he wanted to do that, he got all these plans. A trailer that he wants in his near future. So, I'm just saying, if you had all these plans, you wouldn't have jumped on back on things that are going to stop you from getting that license that say that you want. And then, you speak of pharmacy tech, You go into, the security. You just, you're reaching for things. You're trying to get a car accident check. It's a lot. Yeah, you just walking. Miss Darling said, "Keep the road safe. Keep Brian off the road." Oh, Miss Darling's baby. Miss Darlings, this is why me and you be getting cursed out. Yeah, but if that's something he wants to do, yes, do it. I want big money to be in his future. I do. I just, don't want him to get overwhelmed. That's the biggest thing, Brian. Getting overwhelmed. And you kind of know Brian is a firecracker sometimes. And he'll get in situations where he just may, curse somebody out. But I will say I have seen him in good situations too, where he was a good Samaritan. We all saw him, help the homeless man. Um, but yeah, we also have seen him in that era where he's, maybe cussing out a coworker. And I think remember he left that he had to leave that job. So I just think, that's something to think about. So I think that would be good. I don't know if he's gonna get his own truck or what, but for the most part, that would be a good thing. He doesn't really have to worry about coworkers. The only thing we gotta worry about though is Brian and them men, because them white men, he gonna be sleeping with them white men. Um, he'll miss he'll miss a order. He'll miss a customer order real like that if he see a white man that say, come here, ninja, get over, because Brian, he get a little high. I think his nipples get hard. Yeah, so we gonna have to worry about that. Brian love a roughneck, redneck. That's what they call him, redneck. Brian, you let that white man hit you. How many times you let him punch you? You let him. Yeah, we all remember. He went on and let that white man hit him. He called you a ninja. Oh, so he gonna be around them, those white men, but it is a lot more black men that are doing truck driving. Brian, you could meet you a nice. I work, around a lot of the certain truck drivers, Brian. So I know this type of stuff. I could picture Brian meeting up with, um, maybe a foreign man, something like that. But for the most part, he gonna be on those the white men. That's for sure. Um, and that's what I think. Those truck stops, they gonna be something. They gonna be something for Brian, cause it's gonna be it's gonna be like a man field site. So he just gonna be like dazed, like, look at all this ping for days. That's what Brian is ready for. He gonna be. We're going to tell him to slow down. Like, Brian, slow down. He gonna be trying to get there, not get to the order, but get to the men. Yes, we are messy this Pride Month. This Pride Month is mess. Lady Night, get us cussed out. Yeah, Miss Darlings, it's gonna be diesel fuel and men covered in it. I'm telling you, Brian gonna be doing so much. He gonna be at that gas station, baby. The truck. Don't even talk about a truck stop. Okay, a rest stop. Don't talk about a rest stop. And Brian, y'all know how Brian do with these stops. It's giving stops. It's giving charger stops. Yeah, we are all about play. That's all we. That's it. That's what we are. He told me to be. He's telling me to be quiet. But Brian, no, it's Pride Month. It's not. It's entertainment. So that's just how I say I concur. I do. I want him to become a truck driver and have the fun of his life. People be out there cheating, but I know that's the thing. Like Brian, is you gonna be in a relationship with somebody and you go out there and be a truck driver and start cheating? Oh, you better believe you gonna get cussed out. Yeah, cause see, that's a lot of people become truck drivers to hide things. They go, hide being a hoe. Brian seems like the type mhm, that go out and want to do his stuff. He don't want nobody to see, what he's doing. But see, his mouth get him in trouble. Every time. Brian, talk to me with Brian, right? Your mouth gonna get you in trouble. You just know that. hmm So we're getting ready to truck drive. Brian, if you don't put that damn ganja down right now, put it down. Wash it down the drain. Put it down. Put it right on down the drain. We gotta get you ready for truck stop. Okay. Okay. The truck stop career. Uh, you know what you need to do. Learn how to put the diesel fuel in your car. Okay, look and see where the deals are, so you'll get to the right truck stops. I say go to uh your local community, community college. Start driving out there. Okay, go rent a U-Haul. Okay, something big. Just rent something and start driving it so you can have practice in order to get ready. It's gonna be a lot of days where you're driving. Remember that too. We gotta keep you up on these roads. That's first. So I'm gonna have to get you into drinking Monster Energies, Red Bulls. They are gonna be your friend while you on that road. We can't have your mind desperate for pain. We can't. We got to take that up off of there because these truck stops is gonna be. That's gonna work you. They gonna. We want you to work the job more than you be working over there at the truck stop. Uh-huh. It's too many men over there with the Daisy Dukes, booty shorts, booty short. Brian can't take a booty short. He can't. He ain't gonna be able to do it, baby. He can't do. I'm telling you, he gonna be drooling. You thought you saw Brian drool before? His mouth gonna be slobbered. He ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna be calling, yelling, "Where is my order? Where is my 5-9 pallets at? Where are they?" Brian got a man in the car. Oh God. In the truck. My bad, hold on. In the truck. In the truck. Okay, so I don't, is it gonna be an overnight type thing? Is he gonna have a little spot in the back of the truck? I guess that's what he wants. Yeah. So I say go for it. I think it's going to be an adventure. They do make a lot of money, but we just want to keep Brian up. That's hashtag keep Brian up. Hashtag for real. Like that's safety first. Okay. We want to keep so energy drinks if you feel at any point that you maybe doze a little dozing off, you have to pull over. I've seen it. Remember, I've went to different cities, uh yeah, different cities, and I've seen truck drivers, they've pulled over, they you know asleep, they're asleep. So just pull right on over, make sure you do everything you can, like lock your doors. I Brian, do you watch those scary AMAs that be on you know scary stories? You watch scary stories that be on YouTube? You watch those because they have the truck drivers. Lock your doors. Okay, this lock them doors because people be trying to get up in there. Okay. If it's somebody that you don't want to be up in there, that's first though, you know, because you may just have you a man in there. You gonna have you gonna have a Latino in the back. Brian may just go ahead and say, "Look, you can stay here in this truck with me." They may have one of them a Latino all day long. Um, but no, yeah, Brian, just make sure you lock the doors. Brian sometimes he can be forgetful, so we got to make sure that he keep them doors locked. Get you a truck that you can just lock it from one side, because you may not even want to reach over to the passenger. You know how so just make sure you keep them doors locked on them trucks. Um, while you get your rest, because you're gonna have to, but you're gonna make that money. You're gonna make that money. I say you should get a ranch. I know, Brian, you want to do what you want to do, but no, I'm like, no, we can't let you. We let us pick for you. We want you. I want you to get a ranch. That type of house. Like, you don't need no trailer. Oh, you want a white man so bad. I tell you, that's the only reason, y'all, that he wants a trailer. He wants a good old piece of trailer trash. That's all. Like, what would you want a trailer for? I stay where, like, when I drive up to Richmond, it's people up in trailers. I think I did see some black people in trailers. I hope you want to. I hope you want to stay by some. I hope you want to stay by some folks. I hope you don't want to take no trailer somewhere. Want a trailer by itself. I hope you want to stay by other folks that are in a trailer. Well, I don't even know why you want to do a trailer, Brian. Just get a ranch. Especially if you make it. Oh, hold on, you about to make over $100,000 a year. He said. Did he say 300? I want to say he said 300,000 a year. You don't need no trailer. I wouldn't even pick a trailer to be a summer house. Like, just get a ranch. And then you don't even need, if you plan on being single, you don't even need all that. Like, you could think about a good old little duplex. Brian just like, he, I ain't even gonna say I guess he fugal. That's what you can call it, fugal. Yeah. So he really don't care too much for the finer things in life, which that could be a plus. Like he's more on the level of to take what you can get, and I understand that. Him being independent. But Brian, we want the best for you. And a trailer tip over, right? A trailer could just tip right on over. What you gonna do then? And then he gonna be cussing everybody out. He gonna cuss out the people we don't need you in that environment. In the trailer type of trailer. Boy, it's trailer trash. It's giving trailer trash. That's what it serves. I don't know no trailers that don't got the trash. You can't leave them. You can't take that away. You can't take trailer and not have trash. Serve Pride Month. Who do y'all know anything that can be served without the trash? No, it's giving trailer trash. Brian, you don't need that. If you want I'll say this though. The houses that I have passed, the trailers that I have passed, their yards are pretty nice. I've like this. It was clean yards, but then you just look and you be like, you can do better than a trailer. I guess. No. You just want a long piece of just a long piece of luxury. You want to call it luxury? I'll give it to you. A long piece of luxury. You just walk forward, walk back. It don't even. Well, I guess your bed gonna be in the back. I don't know. Oh, Brian, it's good. I say get you a ranch, something on land. You want to be lifted. Why you want to be elevated? What are you? What is you? Are you serving witch? I don't know. He done watched too much Sabrina Teenage Witch, y'all, when he was younger. He want to be lifted like she was, when she lift on the first episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. You remember she was elevating. Everybody was just looking like, oh look, and the aunt was like, oh look, she's elevated. She is lifted. Girl, you want to be? I mean, he want to be up in the air. I don't know why you ready to be light as a feather, girl. Yo, you gotta keep this dread, this motherfucker. Brian, you can't ask Nina Google for tips on trailer trash living. Oh my god, Miss Dollars, why? Why Miss Dollars? Why? Not my Nina boo. Yeah, so don't. Brian, I say think about what's best for you. Think about what is the best. And think like you can do better. Think like that, and then you will see. You'll kind of see where we have our sights set. For somebody that got a $30,000 allowance coming their way, we don't see no damn trailer. We just don't see that. What are you going to do with the rest of the money? Like the money, maybe I guess he'll just put it up. But I just feel like it could be a ranch. But he don't even want to hear the first thing about a ranch. I said ranch, and you would have thought I said, that's the worst thing, down low or something. Opposite of pride. When I showed him, I said, Brian, you should think about a ranch house. He turned that down so fast. Brian would never turn down a chips with ranch. He wouldn't turn those down, but he turned the ranch down real quick. I said, all right, he wants that trailer. We see better for you, Brian. That's the thing. We see better for you. But I guess we just gotta let you have what you want. Hope Life, what's up, boo? How you doing, baby? Yeah. So, and yeah, Brian kept yelling out, "Ooh, Ro, you lonely." He said he said lonely. You ain't got nobody. I said, Brian, ain't you single? He must ain't telling us something. Because he did not sound like no single man tonight. Because he kept telling me that I was lonely. But Brian, check this out. We are not lonely. Not on Pride Month. Are you kidding me? Pride Month is so much embracement. Yell out pride. Pride. LGBT. Girl, they'll come running. So no, ain't no alone. This is our month right here. You need to think like that, okay? So, yeah, so I just wanted to come and talk about Castro and Tommy's little they're being back together, and Brian. There's only certain things. Remember, Brian has stepped in the hypocrite shoes. So there's only certain things I can discuss when it comes to Brian. Yeah. Then he had the story all wrong today. Y'all, it just don't make no sense. He had that story with the guy that and see, that's the thing. I know Pastor may not remember, but I had talked to Pastor. Pastor was the one that I talked to before Brian. Because y'all know how Brian do. He couldn't wait to come over on YouTube and yell out the story. But I already had told Pastor that story. So, Brian, you won't tell nobody nothing new. And I told it right. He sat there and tried to say that I tried to sleep with the man. I said, oh, you really? Is that what I told you? No, I'm quite sure I didn't tell you that. Yeah. So I guess we just gonna play with Jacks and Marvels this Pride Month. This is gonna be a nice Pride, y'all. I gotta make sure that I do know though my Pride events for my city, because our city always has some good Pride events. So I do want to check those out this year. Shoot, I would love to rent a booth though, and try to sell some things. That's what Ryan need to be trying to sell some stuff. It'll get him closer to his goals. That's why I did say that. I was like, get a booth, learn a little bit more about the gay lifestyle. I would love for Brian to be a little bit more open when it comes to certain things that he deals with when it comes to transgenders. Um, to kind of get that phobia about him. I think it would help him just kind of release that stress. Brian apologizes a lot. He do a lot of apologizing, and I think that's surrounded by certain things that he may feel guilty about. But it just comes with the territory, Brian. You gotta handle yourself. Shakim, what's up, Shakim? Shakim, I just been something else all night. Yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to really talk about, after leaving pastors and just where I see certain things headed um, for Brian. I want to see him take on that truck driving seriously because it seems like that's something he wants to do. And he doesn't want anybody to stop him or be in his way. And I want him to know I am in no way trying to stop anything. A bag, I would never stop a proud gay man's bag. You better settle down. Never. I want him to, but see, that's the thing. I want Brian to wear a gold Rolex. I want to get a Rolex watch and just, enjoy life. Live in a ranch. I just, 2025, you looking for a trailer. What kind of car you gonna drive? Outside of the tractor trailer. That's a lot of money. Shakim, I already know what Shakim would do with that money. Shakim, we gotta have. He wants a trailer. Shakim, I just don't. Um, he could do way more, and just don't settle for less. That's what we trying to tell you. Like I'm telling you, if I get a hold of it, I'm not letting him get no trailer. No, Like, well, you gonna get this. You gonna go ahead up in that house over there. People are building houses. Oh, do you want to get into it? People, this one my friend's sister. Okay, her and her husband. They came. This guy had just built these houses. This drug dealer that I know, he was building houses. Y'all know how they do. He was an ex drug dealer. He got out of prison and he came back and started, with I guess the bag that he had got that his girl or whoever was keeping while he was locked up. He used that bag to start building houses and turn down old ones, go ahead and building them back. She stayed in one of his houses. Hey, it wasn't really how sometimes they build something so quick and they could be missing certain things. So she sat there, she stayed there, but then she ended up building her own house. Like she got her own house built. House. House. And it sits real pretty. Not too far from the corner. Okay, or the street, it sits quite pretty over there. I said, girl, you better serve. That's what you want. You want to build your own house. You don't want to build no trailer or go buy a trailer from a Walmart website. That you can buy a trailer from Walmart. Not You don't want to serve Walmart with housing. No, y'all, I'm just saying, it just can't be this way. Yes, Ro, it's Shakim's first pride. Okay. Oh, Shakim, oh my God, I gotta tell you, see, we cannot keep our Miss Dollars from getting blocked. Miss Dollars, don't do it, boo. Mm-mm. So y'all, yeah, I just wanted to give those words this late night that there's so much more that can be offered with 300K. I know he gonna tell me, don't you think I know that? And shut up. I made up my mind, but I want you to just stop thinking stuff, very stubborn like, and think about having more. You know, you can't even put no California king size bed in no damn trailer. Can you put one of them in there? I don't know. I guess you can. I guess so. You know, you will want see, because a ranch, you don't got to worry about lifting no heavy furniture, up no stairs, or and then with a trailer, it's being elevated, or being on stones, being on stones. You gotta, ain't no way in hell I'm about to take no bed up a stone, up them stones. I'm like, I would rather take them up some damn stairs to a second floor condo or something like that. You think I'm gonna break my leg? I'm gonna break my leg for some stones? I wouldn't even put that on the moving people. Girl, if you don't see, I want ABC moving company. I wouldn't put that on for a stone. I'm gonna strand my ankle. I can't. Shaka, you said I block Miss Darlings once every 3 business days. Oh, she be acting up like this. Shocking. That's our Miss Darlings. See, I Miss Darlings. I love every bit of my Miss Darlings. Sometimes, Molly is the one that can trigger me a little bit. Molly is. See, Shakim, you may not know that, Shakim. So Miss Darlings and Molly, they work hand in hand. They like sister and brother, like they the sister and brother warriors. They work. You probably didn't know that, like ninjas. Yeah, they back picture them back to back, and then they come up real close up on you, slice your neck. They know how to do all those maneuvers. Okay, they'll take a whole head off. Okay, it be they'll do it so ferociously. You know how that pig. Y'all know how the pig got the apple in the mouth. Um, just gone. Pig gone. Pig crispy. They do that type of stuff. Lethal. Yeah. Don't mess with them. Shock him. I was this all you need is both of them in your chat. Okay, they're gonna be doing tornado roastings. Yeah. So yeah, just know. So yeah, but y'all, that's it. I just wanted to get that little bit of pride out. Um that it is more out here for you, brother. Yes, it is. And especially if you making that bag, try to go for the most. I would think, Brian, out of all people, him being someone that did, vote Republican, uh, he would want the better things in life. But hey, I think he just settled over there with the rednecks that, voted for him. But a lot of those rednecks that, voted for him, they was cussing, they was mad at him. He done took the redneck food stamps. I said, you don't hear, they don't know. They don't know that rednecks got more food stamps than we do. He gonna be over there cussing in a ranch. So Brian, I just noticed though, if you go and get you no, not at a ranch. Sorry, let me not put it on a ranch. In that trailer, just know you gonna have some dealings with some trailer trash, and you know Brian gonna be cussing somebody out. You gonna cuss somebody out, Brian, and you don't want to have to go through that. Don't you have, don't you gotta gut them trailers? You gotta do some stuff too. Brian ain't gonna want to do all that. He think that it's just gonna be you move into the trailer and it's gonna be good. No, you gotta you deal with some things with a trailer. Don't let it flood. Be raining real bad. I don't know where he plan on having the trailer at, but yeah, you gotta sometimes don't you gotta move your trailer? Yeah, don't you gotta shift the trailer every so often? I think so. I think you got to move that whole damn trailer by yourself. They use a lot of times. I be seeing they be pushing it. You got to push it. I, you got to do yeah. I seen they push the whole trailer, but that's what he want. I guess they say get a man what he want. If he pay for it, he deserves it. This has just been a little bit of pride. Um, Dylan's, I'll say pride conversations. We talking about the hey, gay community. The pride includes the straight people too. Come along. But we just at the time we come together and we talk about each other's issues or where we plan to be. This is the month right here. This is now. So when it comes to relationships over in the gay community, don't hit your spouses. Don't, well, they ain't spouses yet because they'll be married. Don't hit your significant others. Don't hit them or try to stop. I've seen way too many gay relationships where the violence breaks the relationship up. And I won't want that to happen with Tommy and Castro, at least not again. Uh, try to stop the hits for YouTube. That's first though. Just don't do those. The hits for YouTube because they gonna lead to something serious. This ain't Love and Hip Hop. Where the hell you think you at? This ain't it ain't no scripted reality show where you getting paid $500 an episode. That's the only time I would tell you to do that. Okay, if you getting paid pennies by YouTube, it's not worth your relationship. Hell no. Somebody that you can sleep with at night and maybe go out to a water park the next day and just have fun with, you gotta stick with that person. Don't you, and they have the power and control now. They done been together. See, this is the thing, y'all. They have been together way too long. When I mean like years, so they know each other. So that's more important than a YouTube check. I would not want to see them two men alone. I'm telling you, in the next two months, I would be very upset to know that now somebody only got YouTube. Like they only got after having that relationship. That's a waste of a relationship. Don't do it. Stop violence. Praise the pride. Oh, raise the pride. That's right. Uh-huh. So yeah, I was serious when I told Castro and Tommy tonight that I want their relationship to prosper. I want them to know that a lot of people don't have, relationships like that, relationships that they've been with somebody for that long. So, I want more positivity in their relationship. I do. I want more of that. That's where I'm hoping that they focus things on. I think, and I'll say this about Tommy, I think that he does have a love for Castro. I do. I think that he does. He does feel Castro, was his first, but Castro is going to have to speak up. It's just going to have to be that way. He's going to have to speak up and say, "Look, I don't really care too much for you calling me out my name. Yes, I do mess up, but you know, I can change. It's time. It's just time to have some focus on that because I do feel Tommy to be a loyal person. I do. I think he's loyal, and for them to go back to each other, they have a loyalty towards each other. I think. Yeah. Oh, Miss Darlings, you said Ro. Tulsa needs some pride teachings too. I'm gonna drag her. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, Miss Darlings. Miss Darlings, Tulsa gonna get dragged. Yeah, I can get my sister a little bit too. Now Tulsa need to stop being out here trying to be Miss Cemetery. Okay, she over there talking about some bring your dog to me after it's deceased. I said, girl, you are sick. She's sick. She over there ready to dig up a hole. Did you hear her? Did you hear that foul stuff come out her mouth? She was over there on her channel and she was talking about some stop digging up your sister. I said, you know what? You sick trans woman had to go tell the dog, yeah, don't dig up. That's your sister. I said, I knew she was over there. Girl, if she get her earth away from them animals. That's first. Girl, bye. This is Pride Month. Okay, this is very much Pride Month, and that's where I want my sister to get away from them animals. She got to get away from them because for her to sit there and say them dog like how many dogs is in the yard, not a cemetery. She gonna be somewhere screaming. Yeah, I'm telling y'all gonna see it. You gonna see a little dog. You over there about to deal with doggy Casper. Girl, you don't play with them spirits. And don't play with a dog spirit. Somebody just got bit by a pit bull. Did you see that? It's a pit bull. I'm scared for my life. Did y'all see that? The guy the pit bull took him by the mouth. I said, "Oh my God!" Just picture my sister. Girl, don't put it. The dog got him on the beard part, like the beard. I said, not the neck. Be where the what's them where the pus bumps is. Right there, the grid of the neck. The dog got him. A pit bull. Tulsa got to stop this. Goose said Tulsa was allegedly cooking them white kids fried chicken, but I think it was the oh my goodness. Oh, Miss Darling, Tulsa must have did some mess. Yeah, I do know Tulsa to cook for the children. She cooked for the children and her husband. Was that picture a picture of her husband that she has on her page? Was that her husband? Because I still haven't seen him. She says that she showed him before, but I haven't seen him unless that was him in the background that I saw. Yeah, but I do know she does have quite a bit of children to take care of, and then she got those dogs, and she has her YouTube career. That's a lot, girlfriend. All right, and then who knows what her husband does? I think he does work though. I gotta say that because he's not there with her 24/7, so I think he do work. I think he works, which that's good. But I don't know. I wonder where she actually, if she talked about. Oh yeah, I'm not. Sure, I forgot what she said. She met him, but yeah, I hope the situation with the dogs, do get better. And at one time, she also had a lot of cats over there. She had the cats and the dogs. It was raining. That's all I can say. And I, at one minute I thought she said she wasn't even gonna breed them to sell them. Then I guess she decided she was, or I don't know, if she gave them away. I do think she likes to be a mother. I think Tosa likes to, play mother. I think she likes that. Um, you know, breeding. Uh, she, dog whole breeding machine. Dogs, dogs continue to just breed. Y'all saw, all them dogs. She was having a little lactation clinic over there. So yeah, she likes to my sis likes to play house. She liked to play mother. It's given the house of Tosa. Doggy edition. Yeah. And kitty. And kitty too. Doggy and kitty. So yeah, I tell you, my sister, she is a woman of many skills, apparently. Trans woman. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here though. I think I done said quite a bit. I appreciate the likes. And for y'all participation tonight. I just wanted to come really and just pop off how I felt after leaving the panel. This is mainly how you're supposed to do. Give a feedback, a good addition of a feedback, of what you may have carried or served on a panel. Very much, y'all, I'm going to have to give y'all a Pride Vogue video, soon, right? This is Pride hating. Do the Macarena. With the YMCA groove. Okay, YMCA, y'all. So yeah, that may be coming. A good Pride video, Vogue style. We have a lot of fun coming up this month. So let's just see what everybody else is serving. Make sure, I hope it's not ruthlessness. I've seen a lot of folks, they just like really, they out here. Don't put your neck, don't put your foot on nobody's neck. No, not this month. Okay, you got a couple of weeks. After the month lets up and it gets hotter. All right, I understand. But remember, this month right here is supposed to be freedom. Think with care. I think this video featured quite a bit of care. Yes, it did. So y'all, I'll be talking with y'all soon though. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah. So that's just it though. That's just how I feel. Brian, I'm telling you, you don't have to take none of that in that I said. Take it very lighthearted. Because I know at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you want to do. That's the man in you. Okay, that's the truth. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Okay, I want you to get that 300K salary, okay, allowance. I want it to be put right in your hand. Now, I don't want you to go for slam crazy with it though, and I can fool. Hold your horses when you start getting all that paper, and in your hand. Yeah, look up some, and I want you to look up some YouTubers. I'm gonna have to send it to you. Look up some YouTubers that do truck driving. Okay, and look and see how their life goes. I think it's one that stays kind of close to you, somewhere in Houston. Yeah. Yeah, we already know, you gonna, he gonna definitely, be safe, for the folks. It's like, oh, we want you to be safe out there, we don't want no critters to come and get you. Oh no, Brian gonna definitely be stacked. I'm quite sure he gonna have his stuff. So He should be good. All right, y'all. I guess are we out of here? Oh, Pride, yeah, Pride Dance, Miss Darlings. Hey. Shantae, hey baby. Shantae, you stay. Yeah, so y'all, that's that was that everything that I wanted him to know. Yeah, and y'all know Brian always be talking about taking a poop. So remember that too, Brian. That you gonna have to start going into them uh truck stop bathrooms. You know how some of them ones be nasty. I know you ain't eating right now. You probably don't smoke, so this is a good little vibe for you to notice. Um, they say they be nasty. So I saw the guy said he bring his own little kit. You know how Lady Dimples had her kit. You need to have you a cleaning kit. Put you some stuff up in there too, though. That because you may want to do something with a man in a bathroom. So put you some condoms and put the stuff up in there that you need. You ain't you just gonna have no condoms in there. You gonna wanna bend over too. You like that. You really like it. So yeah, put that in your bag. You gonna have to get you a bag too. It's gonna be the Brian bag. You got to have one of them too. I don't know what's his favorite color. What's Brian's favorite color? Get a bag with your favorite color. You're gonna have to go up in there. That's one of his lines. That's a slogan that Brian uses. I gotta take a shit. That's what he say. So you're gonna have to take one, and you're gonna have to go up in them bathrooms. And they may not be the best sight, but I say go and bring your cleaning products. Get you some Lysol wipes. Yeah, get you some of those so you can start wiping them toilets down and get busy. You'll be okay. We got you. We have you. This is Pride Month, and y'all, we done did it. In the live. We don't need to hear about oh Lord, y'all. Yeah, this live has gotten somewhere. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. I did want to get those tips out though. I think they serve their purpose. I do. I think they will. If taken seriously. All right, so y'all take it easy. I'll be talking with you soon. Love you, Miss Darlings. Miss Darlings, we can't be too messy, boo. Not too messy. We don't want to get blocked. All right, good night, y'all.